It's triggering a lot of unreleased pain, repressed anger, guilt, and suffering that a lot of women have had.
So we were sitting in the service and I leaned up toward him and I said, I've just been touched to give $1 million.
So you know how Oprah Winfrey's been popping up all over the headlines lately? Yeah, it's been quite the whirlwind, and unfortunately not for the best reasons. Rumors and gossip have been swirling around her like a tornado, and it seems like she's been catching a lot of flake lately. But you know what they say, when it rains, it pours, and it looks like Oprah might be ready to throw down the gauntlet and say, hey, if I'm going down, I'm taking you all with me. Word on the street is that Oprah might have dropped some major bombshells about some big names in the industry, and we're not talking about just any old celebs here. We're talking about heavy hitters like Tyler Perry and T.D. Jakes. The rumor mill is buzzing with speculation that Oprah spilled the tea on some high-profile shenanigans involving these two. Now, when it comes to Tyler, it might not be all that surprising. I mean, we've all heard the whispers about some shady things that have followed him, like a shadow, but T. Jake, the man who's practically a house hot name in the world of pastors, now that's a plot twist nobody saw coming. But here's the kicker: if Oprah is supposedly the one dropping these bombshells, there's gotta be some truth to it. I mean, she's not exactly known for spreading fake news, right? Anyways, let's get into it now. Tyler and T.D. Jakes go way back. They've all crossed paths on Oprah's show. And let's not forget, Oprah and T.D. Jakes are tight. Remember when she spilled her guts on T.D. Jakes' show back in 2016? Yeah, it aired on her own net work too. She opened up about the rocky start of her own venture in 2011 and how Tyler Perry came to her rescue. So if there's anyone who might know some juicy gossip about Tyler and T.D. Jakes, it's Oprah. So let's dive into the drama on December 21, 2023. T.D. Jake went viral for all the wrong reasons. Why, you ask? Well, it all started with this TikTok user dropping some major bombshells about him. Apparently, R&B singer Cassie Ventura went to the FBI with some accusations against Diddy, claiming he did some pretty awful stuff during their relationship that lasted a decade after Cassie settled her beef with Bad Boy Records boss Diddy. This TikTok user dropped some bombshell claims. Apparently, Cassie handed more stuff to the FBI, like tapes from Diddy's wild parties and even Kim Porter's secret phone. Now, here's the jaw dropper. The TikTok user says there's an email that points fingers at Diddy's close buddy, Pastor T.D. Jake. Yeah, the same man who officiated Kim Porter's funeral, according to the TikTok. There's this clip floating around where some dude spills the beans that Cassie dished out tapes showing Diddy's wild parties, involving not just T.D. Jakes, but a bunch of other big shots, and things allegedly got pretty scandalous, like sleeping with multiple men at the series insane, right? Okay, so we all know T.D. Jake, the big deal behind the Potterhouse Church in Dallas, right? He's like the top Christian preacher in the U.S., rubbing shoulders with celebs, especially Diddy. Time magazine even crowned him America's best preacher, and the New York Times called him one of the nation's most influential and mesmerizing preachers. But hold up, things are getting weird. Diddy and Jake, who've been tight, are now in the spotlight after Diddy got hit with lawsuits for alleged misconduct. Diddy's been singing praises about Jake, crediting him for helping out during some dark times in 2021. They even joined forces to bring Jake's sermons to Revolt TV now, with this TikTok video claiming Diddy's ex Cassie spilled and the beans on some shady stuff, saying Jake was up to no good with young folks at Diddy's parties. Total head scratch for real, and the internet's going nuts over it. The email says, so I want to put you up on game on the real nature of Diddy and Bishop Jake's relationship. But first, let's understand that Bishop Jake is not of God. He is undoubtedly a Freemason, and so was Diddy. And I say he was because it seems as though he has been stripped of his protection, privileges, and power. But make no mistake about it, his soul is still spoken for by the devil. He will never be able to fend off or escape that harsh reality anyways. I'm told Diddy and Jake's mask the real nature of their relationship. According to the email back in June 1983, Kim Porter claimed T.D. Jake was accused of supposedly messing with a guy just a year after tying the knot with his wife. The word is the whole thing got hushed up somehow. Fast forward to 1999, when a guy threatened to spill the beans on Jake's. Mysteriously, he vanished. Store blank spills that the dude got paid off to stay quiet. 2 years later, the same guy turns up dead with a gunshot to the head. No names though. This all went down at Emmanuel Temple of Faith in Smithers, West Virginia. Rumor has it folks from Jake's hometown insist he's been on the down low with Guy all along, and there's even talk of some older Pastor G wording him when Jake hits up Diddy shindigs. Rumor has it he's throwing back massive amounts of booze and puffing on cigars in some exclusive part to the house now. Just because he's in a private area that's invite only doesn't mean he's off the radar. Apparently he's still under watch.
Oh, and get this, the bishop's wife never shows up to Diddy's bashes, and word is she's well aware of what's going down. People are saying she's questioned why she
Never been on the guest list, according to Blank Cassie's In the Loop about the bishop scandals, and Kim Porter found out through servers who spilled the beans about Diddy's wild parties. Kim was all set to spill the tea in her book, It's Wild Right. But hey, got to remember these are just some crazy claims floating around on social media. No hard evidence still that didn't stop everyone from going nuts on social platforms, and now Jake is blowing up online. One person said surprised, but not surprised about Jake because he was good friends with Eddie Long and birds of a feather flock. Another said, I'm glad all this stuff is hitting the fan. Time for Hollywood to finally be exposed. Now, get this where's this psychic on TikTok who apparently called all this craziness like 2 years back? She went on this rant about Jakes being a Freemason, taking occultic vows, and being in some brotherhood serving Satan as his true boss. According to her, he's using his gifts to mess with people's heads. Oh, and here's the kicker. She predicted that Jake would be in one of the biggest scandals ever, saying he's not exactly straight, and the whole thing would be about his orientation.
Prophecy is a Freemason, that this man has taken occultic vows and that he is part of a brotherhood, that he is serving Satan, who is his true Lord. And the Lord said that Bishop T.D. Jakes will have one of the biggest scandals of all time in the Christian.
While there's no proof to back up the claims against Jake, this isn't his first rodeo with controversy. Back in 2009, Jake's son Jermaine got in hot water for allegedly doing some indecent stuff at Keith Park in Dallas. Fast forward to last year, and there's more drama. Jake's daughter's estranged hubby got accused of some really awful stuff with their adopted daughter. And of course, Tyler is no stranger to these kinds of rumors either. There are also rumors swirling that Tyler Perry might have slipped some cash to T.D. Jakes to keep quiet about some sketchy business. Remember that million dual donation to T.D. Jakes Church? Well, the grapevine is saying it wasn't exactly for the Sunday collection. It might have been a hush money arrangement for Tyler Perry. Some straight guys are claiming he's pushing them into gay roles, and it's messing with their jobs. So actor and voice coach Brandon Jay spilled the tea on TikTok, sharing that filming just one episode of Perry's Meet the Browns was the toughest gig ever. According to Jay, a day on Perry's set is like a week's worth of shooting elsewhere. And if that's not enough, he says Perry's notorious for throwing last-minute script changes at the actors, making them memorize on the spot. Jay, who auditioned for the role of Jeffrey, a bullied high school dude, spills it all. So get this, the actor caught on to Tyler Perry not vibing with the original script, and that meant everyone had to scramble to learn new lines on the spot, all chosen by the big boss himself. According to Jay, Perry went full-on impromptu, rewriting the entire script right there and feeding the lines to the actors. And get this, if you didn't catch on quick, Perry would drop the "you're fired" bomb. But it doesn't stop there. As Jay hustles to get those new lines down, Perry decides out of the blue that Jay's character is going to be gay and crushing on his high school bully. Yep, not what Jay signed up for at his audition. Perry drops the bomb like, I want Jeffrey to be gay and have a crush on his bully. Crazy, right? In the second part of the saga, Jay spills that his first reaction was to hit up his agent, who basically said, you don't have to take this if you're not cool with it. I have an entire new script with all new lines, pages and pages and pages. I have an hour to learn this stuff. My agent was like, absolutely not. If Brandon doesn't feel comfortable with playing this character, then he can walk from this, cuz you don't have to do anything that you don't feel comfortable doing. But after some serious pondering, Jay decided it was a chance he didn't want to miss out on. So despite Perry throwing in a last-minute twist and making the character gay, Jay went ahead and played the role. But wait, it gets darker. There's another name in the mix of supposed victims of Tyler Perry, and this time it's Christian Keys. The guy didn't hold back. He went on Instagram with a teary video dishing about some serious power abuse in the biz. Get this, he spilled about a high-powered dude who supposedly bragged about having a bunch of young black men under his wing. Names were kept under wraps. But you know the internet's on full detective mode now. Here's where it gets wild. Christian Keys has been rolling with Tyler Perry for nearly 2 decades, from the days of Diary of a Mad Black Woman in 2005